Today's story is a chilling, true account from a family vacation home in the snowy wilderness of Colorado, where an ordinary getaway soon turned into a terrifying nightmare. A house that promised warmth, laughter, and togetherness, but delivered something else: fear, whispers, and ice-cold dread. The Winters family had just purchased a cozy cabin nestled deep within the Colorado mountains, a wooden retreat surrounded by endless pine trees and the hush of falling snow. For them, it was a dream come true, weekends filled with skiing, cocoa by the fire, and crisp mountain air. But from the very first night, that peace began to crumble. Strange sounds echoed through the upper floor, heavy footsteps pacing back and forth when everyone was asleep downstairs. The children woke crying, saying a tall shadow stood silently in the corner, watching them. The parents dismissed it. Just the wind, they said. But deep down, something felt wrong. It was the third night when things turned from odd to horrifying. The youngest child, Ethan, went missing, only for a few seconds. His mother found him standing in the hallway, facing the wall. He didn't speak, didn't blink. He just whispered, "The cold man wants to play." Moments later, doors slammed shut. Lights flickered wildly. A faint, chilling laughter echoed through the hall. The family rushed together, terrified, unsure if they were alone. Desperate for answers, the father set up cameras, one in the living room, one in the upstairs hallway, and one by the child's room. What they captured still haunts them. At 2:43 a.m., the living room door creaked open, slowly. No one nearby. A few minutes later, glowing orbs floated across the hallway, drifting like mist. Then came the most disturbing part. A dark figure, tall and motionless, standing at the top of the stairs. When the father enhanced the audio, he heard whispers, a voice saying, "Stay away, stay away," followed by the sound of heavy breathing, even though the entire family was asleep. Fear gripped the family. They called a local paranormal investigator, a man named Robert Hales, known for exploring haunted sites across Colorado. Robert's research revealed the cabin's dark past. It once belonged to a hunter who disappeared during a blizzard in 1974. His body was never found. Locals called him the Cold Man, a recluse who warned trespassers to stay out of his woods. Robert attempted a cleansing ritual, burning sage, chanting prayers, sealing mirrors with holy water. But after that night, the activity only grew stronger. Shadows moved even in daylight. Windows froze over from the inside, and the family began hearing their own names whispered from empty rooms. Then came the final night. A blizzard roared outside, wind screaming against the windows. The heater died. The temperature dropped instantly. At 3:12 a.m., Ethan's screams pierced the silence. He shouted, "He's here! He's here!" The parents ran to him and saw frost forming on the walls. The window began cracking from the cold. The door slammed shut behind them. The father reached for the handle, but it burned with ice. Outside, through the window's frost, they saw the faint shape of a man, standing motionless in the snow. Ethan's voice trembled. "He wants me to come play outside." The lights burst. The house plunged into darkness. The family huddled together until sunrise, praying. By morning, they packed their things and left, leaving behind everything but their lives. The cabin remains abandoned to this day. Locals say that on cold winter nights, you can still see footprints in the snow, leading to the frozen door. And if you listen closely, you might hear a faint laugh of a child still playing with the cold man. Remember, some places are not meant to be revisited, and sometimes the past doesn't rest, it waits. Years later, the Winters family remained haunted by the experiences, never speaking much of that dreadful trip. Each winter, they glanced fearfully out their windows, fearing the icy breath that once chilled them to their core. On certain stormy nights, Ethan would shiver uncontrollably, a distant echo of that ominous place reaching for him still. But bravery grows from fear, and they chose to confront memories, no matter how fraught with darkness. Though they moved on, Colorado snows carry whispers of their untold stories. Time held secrets that the Winters family chose to ponder, but not revisit. Life moved forward, but on quiet nights, when the winds were hushed, they found themselves tethered to that cabin in spirit. In moments of solitude, they would question what they encountered, the mystery intertwining with their mundane reality. Even Ethan, as years grew over him, felt the shadowy past cling, a relationship formed with the unknown. He never returned to Colorado, but in dreams, he would stand at the cabin's threshold, his father's voice echoing, "We protect each other." And he knew, somewhere beneath the sunlit trees, the snow lay waiting, silent, knowing, keeping their memory. But the shadows linger not just in dreams. One evening, a letter arrived. No return address, just the postmark of Colorado. Inside, a single photograph, the Winters cabin, its door slightly ajar, and a note scribbled hastily, "Come back. He remembers you." Ethan felt the chill in his soul, as if the past called across miles to the present. Though fear touched them once again, they knew some bridges remained untouched, unchallenged. Yet the cabin waits, beneath its blanket of snow, ever patient, ever watching. Perhaps, pondering the return, an invitation echoes in winter's breath, beckoning untold stories yet to unfold. This was Hear and Haunt, true stories that will make your nights unforgettable, unforgettable.